I started doing some weed control today, and this is my first time really, like legit. So
What is going on, guys? It's Will Kelly, and my wife and I, we own Military Lawn Cuts, where we do close to $600,000 in annual revenue, located out here in Aubrey, Texas. And in today's video, what we are going to be discussing is one of the guys that I mentor kind of in the local area called and asked me some questions in regards to the new shop and moving locations for our business, and really just lawn application questions. He doesn't want to burn a lawn, so I don't blame him. When I first started, there was a lot of knowledge that I sought for mentorship, and yeah, just really treating for weeds, how to mix chemicals, how to apply properly. We go over all of that stuff in this video. Hope you guys like this raw content because it's real. We'll see you guys soon. We also lost the parking, and yeah, because we have 6 trucks now, so like, we need a place to operate. I can't keep operating here on the corner of our HOA community, with 6 trucks and like 10 people showing up. So yeah, we're gonna be purchasing. So we actually have a house under contract right now. We're supposed to close on the 23rd. It's up in Pilot Point. It's about a 10-minute drive north. So if you take 1385 up, it's literally like 20 seconds off of 1385. But
I hear you. It's just kind of out in the country, just like big parking and stuff, and I guess
it
we're
is.
gonna move up there.
No, we're not. No, we're not gonna physically move up there, but the business will be run up there. And the reason why we chose that location is because it's out in the county and it's unrestricted. So
yeah, you ain't got no HOAs calling in on you. Hey,
yeah. Well,
trucks out here, man.
yeah, and to be honest, it's not so much necessarily the HOA either, because like we found a house in Krugerville and they were asking like $278 for it, and we were like, and it's not in an HOA. We're like, oh, let's buy it. Like there's other people running businesses, and then when we started doing more digging and we called the city, we were like, hey, can we run our lawn care company here? And they're like, no, you can't do that. And we're like, what do you mean? It's not in an HOA. It's like, well, the town of Krugerville has city limits on what you can and can't do. So we had to go outside of the city, out in like Pilot Point, where it's like, it is in Pilot Point, but it's out in the county. Right.
But yeah, I was just calling because, I started doing some weed control today, and this is my first time really, like legit. So I put down some 0.17% dimension or whatever.
Yeah.
Some pre-emergent. You know what I'm talking about?
I do. Yeah. So you use the spreader.
Yeah, use the spreader. I didn't get the Lesco. I ended up buying it's like an Echo spreader. It's supposed to be kind of commercial grade. It's got some big nice tires on it. I think it's like a 60-pound and hold up to like 60 pounds or something. But I don't know. But I did that, and so hopefully that goes good. I did like 3 yards today, so hopefully I didn't burn anybody's yard.
So
and then also two of them I went around and did some speed zone today to hit the existing stuff they had.
There you go. That's what's up. Did you put some surfactant in the backpacks?
And with the speed zone?
Yeah.
Well, I read that I might not want to do that when I was reading the little booklet that came with the speed zone, so I didn't put some surfactant or whatever it's called with it, because I read in the booklet that you might not want to do that, blah, blah, blah. It says that in there, in the little pamphlet that comes on the speed zone, 2.5 gallon.
Yeah. So the reason they put that in there is, especially for the summer months, it can pose some yellowing and some issues with the grass. But when you're in February and it's really cold, you're not going to have any problems. So I would do. So you want to put 0.5 ounce per gallon in the backpack. So you got to. Yeah, with the surfactant. So if you have are you using the steel backpack with the 4.5 gallon?
I got an Echo 4-gallon Echo I just bought.
Okay, so yeah, so if it's a 4-gallon backpack, then you'll put 2 ounces of surfactant in it if you fill it up to 4 gallons.
Yeah.
But yeah, Speed
No,
Zone.
I did an ounce and a half. I did an ounce and a half per gallon of the Speed Zone.
Okay, so you're mixing at the high rate then.
I guess I did. Yeah, it was like the highest rate for the Bermuda.
Yeah.
Like 0.7 or 0.155. Yeah, I did it at 1.5. I wanted to make sure I got it worked.
Yeah, it will. It'll work. So honestly, like, so what we do, because there's so many variables with when you're applicating. So your walking speed will affect how much product goes on it, the wind, how far away you spray it, right? There's a lot of variables with that, but ultimately speaking, what we do is we always do a medium rate because all of our guys walk differently, so like because if it's like early in the morning, you may be moving and grooving, right? But by 3-4 in the afternoon, after you've been walking all day, you you may be walking a little slower.
How many yards to go spray, dude? When I get tired, shit.
You will. You'll get there.
What was I gonna say? So with the spreader, I just kept my same pace, and I think I had it on a setting of 3. My spreader setting was on 3 because that's what I thought I needed, and then I just kind of kept the same pace with the spreader, and it was shooting at about 3 to 4 feet, or maybe like 6 feet, 6 feet. But I do have a flap on there that I can, like, if I get around the flower bed or a sidewalk, that'll kind of deflect a deflector or whatever to keep it from one side from shooting over.
Yeah.
But I mean, I guess hopefully I put it down good. I mean, I just kind of walked at a brisk pace.
So
nice brisk pace.
So you bought a 50-pound bag of 007.
Yeah. Yeah, that was it.
And
I did
then,
like 3 yards in it with it.
And you did 3 yards. Okay, so that sounds like you're putting it out correctly because you're probably doing Silverado lawns.
It was like 2,700 feet. Each lawn. Well, 2 of the lawns were 2,700 feet, which in my math it was about 12.5 pounds per the 2,700 foot lawn.
That sounds right.
And anyway, my lawn's like 4,700 feet, so I used about 21 pounds on my grass, just on my yard that I did today. But so that sounds about right to you. So that's good.
Yeah, absolutely.
And then as far as the speed zone, so yeah, I'm just walking through and I'm hitting it, and I'm just kind of covering the weed itself, the existing weed, in a coat. I mean, hopefully I'm putting enough on there, or not too much, not too little. But
yeah.
I'm just kind of hitting it. And coating it, and then moving on. But I don't know if I got coated too much, or maybe I didn't coat it enough. I don't know. I guess we'll find out.
Yeah, you'll figure that out. After 2 weeks, go back and check it, see how it looks. You should start seeing some wilting and some yellowing and stuff like that.
Yeah, luckily starting to cut in 2 weeks, so I'll be back there on those properties.
Yep.
In 2 weeks, anyways, to mow. So I'll see what it did, I guess.
Perfect. Yep. Awesome.
But I guess I'll just see what it did. And I guess if it's all gone, then I did right. As long as the grass is still there too.
Yes. So that's kind of like one of the big semi misconceptions, like with weed control. It's the weed. I don't think like disappears. It just starts to wilt and dies. Yeah. So like. But like it won't thrive, and once the grass gets healthy, it'll kind of fill it in and stuff like that. So, it will still be there in 3 weeks from now, but it will be maybe black or brown, and you could tell like it's dying.
Yeah.
So, but that's really good though. And then when you're spreading, are you making sure that the granular spread that pushes out 4 feet is hitting the last tire mark from your last pass?
Yeah, well, that's what I'm trying to do. Yeah, I don't know if I got it down to a size, but that's what I'm. Make sure I'm not doubling up and stuff like that.
Okay.
You know, I'm at least trying to.
Yeah. Just as long as to be honest, this is what I tell the guys. I say just as long as you figure out how much product you need for that day, as long as you come back close to close to little or just finishing in that product, you're putting out the right amount. You know what I mean? So like it's not gonna ever be perfect, but you know we can get pretty close, and that's the whole thing. Because everybody walks faster or slower. Like there's so many variables.
I know, right?
The spreader could be clogged. So if you go out and walk the same pace that you did today, yeah, I mean you could put out half the amount of product, but at the end of the day, as long as you come back with what you were supposed to use or close to it, like then you did it right, you know. So another good routine that you may want to get into now that you're starting to use the spreader, after every day, we have our guys hose down the spreader.
Yeah.
And
that's what I heard.
Yeah, and what that'll do is that'll set you up tomorrow for a successful day of no clogs, because there's nothing like getting out on the route on your first property and the product caked on down there, and you put a whole bag of fertilizer in your spreader, and it's like it's gonna be a long day, you know. But yeah, just hosing it down at the end of the day, that will help keep all the corrosion off, because that stuff's pretty corrosive too if you let it sit. But
I guess I'm about to start putting down that other stuff here starting in March. Not the 007. It sounds like that stuff kind of ends after about February, and you put that on.
Yeah, your schedule and applications are going to be different than ours, because we use our big tank, so we spray liquid on our lawns, to where you're
even the pre-emergent and stuff.
Yep. Yeah. Absolutely. Yeah. So like, if there's one, like, so we have an 8-round program, and if there's one application that makes or breaks the entire program for the year, it's the spring prediamine round. Like, you got to make sure that you're really doing a thorough job, because if you don't do a good job in the spring, dude, you're gonna be fighting weeds all summer long, battling them. So like literally making sure you get all the way up into the corners of the property and getting all the way up to the fence. Like, you just want to make sure you do a good thorough job from front to back, side to side on every property, and then have the customer water it in, or do it before it rains or something. Even as long as it rains within like 3 or 4 days, you should be good. Thanks for watching, guys. If you made it all the way to the end of the video, do you mind clicking that like button, hitting the subscribe button, and leaving a comment to explain how we brought value to you today? It helps us keep going, moving forward, and bringing you guys great content. We'll see you guys next time.